In a democracy, the rule of law must guide political expression, lest legitimacy be lost in ambition. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has refused to recognize or publish the list of national officers purportedly elected at the People's Democratic Party PDP National Convention held in Ibadan in November. In a letter, INEC cited extant federal High Court judgments that restrained the Commission from supervising, recognizing or accepting the result of that convention pending strict compliance with binding court orders. INEC said it is constitutionally obliged to withhold recognition of the leadership until the legal barriers are resolved, as the PDP insists its convention was legitimate. BK, I'll start with you again. I mean, how will you describe INEC's decision to reject the Ibadan Convention outcome?
Oh, it was the right thing to do. Politicians will never learn. Politicians are an incorrigible lot. They don't learn. That's why some of us will never be a politician. No matter what, I will never even be tempted to become one. If it's the last vocation left in this world, with a gun to my neck, I will not be a politician. You cannot co-opt me into
politics.
Into politics. You
are not breaking some people's hearts.
You are not going to succeed. You know, I have strength of conviction. When I say I don't want to do something, I said I will not work. I won't take political appointments. I won't work as press secretary to anybody. If I wanted to be a press secretary, if I wanted to work in government, as early as 2005, I would have become chief press secretary. Yes. To the one-time Minister of Finance. I refused. I went to South Africa, came back. I said, I had done an interview. Everything was said. No. I said, no, I was not going to do it. I like the job that I do. And my boss, Bayo Nonoga, will recall. He was one of those who spoke with me. I decided not to take that job. Politicians amaze me, including those of them who are lawyers. This is a very straightforward matter. We discuss it here all the time because you see lawyers who are dishonest. And the Natasha affair has taught me a lesson.
Okay.
The fact that a person is wearing a pair of suits like you and saying he's a lawyer does not mean everything proceeding from his mouth
is the truth.
I must take seriously. When people will tell you that the opinion of a judge and the judgment
is the same thing.
And you were going from TV stations just to say that. Who does that? An opinion expressed by a judge in his court. He expressed an opinion on Natasha. They said, no, that's the judgment. Senior lawyers were going about from TV station to TV station to say that. If you came to TVC, you said that the first time, I won't allow you to come back. Because I won't allow you to deceive the public.
The audience, yes.
So that's one. I know that we did not even give them that chance to come and lie on our station. We didn't give them that room. This matter, two different cases.
Okay.
Stopping the convention. What did we see Seyi Makinde and others do? They went and got a court in Ibadan.
Yes.
A court in Ibadan cannot override the decision of a federal high court. The federal high court has jurisdiction over federal agencies.
Okay.
The court in Ibadan cannot give order to INEC. I don't know. Of course, there are some lawyers who will say that he can give, he can give order. But the truth is, does not have that jurisdiction. Federal High Court does not have jurisdiction in matters that have to do with chieftaincy affairs, except
exactly
that person is asking for the enforcement of his
human
right.
rights. Yes.
When it comes to enforcement of rights, all Nigerian courts have jurisdiction.
Yes.
When it comes to enforcement of rights, so that is, let's put that aside.
Okay.
That is immaterial.
Like lawyers.
In the voice of Danebwala, it is immaterial. Let's pack that one aside in Danebwala's voice. Now, another court said Lamido's rights have been abridged by the decision to stop him from contesting for the chairmanship of the party. Two different courts. The only way that you can be permitted by law to go ahead with that convention is to get a superior court
to set aside,
those orders. Was that what they did? We are all journalists. We are current. Was that what they did?
No.
They went to a judge in Ibadan. They were just looking for a judge to give them directive, go and hold your convention. That a judge told you go and hold your convention does not mean that the outcome of that convention will be valid in law.
Okay.
You can do convention for 10 days and you will have wasted your time if you fail to follow the law.
The law. I need you to land on your thoughts.
Yes. They didn't set the judgment aside. INEC is right. INEC should do the right thing. If a superior court says, oh, that what they did was right, no problem. But one thing I know is you can't build something on nothing.
On nothing, true.
If a court says don't hold that convention, you cannot use strong-head and say, okay, I will do it whether they like it or not. No, it's not. A court of law is not your bedroom where you can take steps that you like and all that. A court of law is a public entity. It takes decisions that are binding on everyone. So once they could not set aside Sule Lamido's this thing, they couldn't set aside Wike's Camp's the order of the court that they should not do it. So what are you doing? You went and got a backstreet court in Ibadan to give a judgment that is not binding. Courts of concurrent jurisdiction do not have power over one another. The High Court and Federal High Court, they are on the same level.
Okay.
So it is not a High Court that you go to.
You go to a higher court.
You go to a superior court to set it aside and then proceed with your
convention.
You didn't do that. Bukola Saraki said, let us postpone this. I wonder what the haste was about. And I wonder what Seyi Makinde's intention is, because this is not tactical. I've always respected him as a brilliant man, but this one does not suggest brilliance at all. It's not tactical. It will be a waste of time at the end of the day. I know people will say, oh, courts are not allowing, courts are getting involved in politics. When a person goes before a court to say, my rights have been abridged, the way Sule Lamido did, what do you expect the courts to do? For the court to say, go away, we don't want to see you. So this is not about emotions. Most of the time it's just emotion. Oh, they want to stop us. We will show them that we can do it. Okay, you want to show them that you can do it. But you can't be law unto yourself.
Exactly.
If at the end of the day you set aside all of the money that they wasted, you know. So these people, I look at the party and I don't understand what the leadership is thinking. Today, Seyi Makinde wants everybody to see Wike as the person who is trying to kill the party on behalf of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. To me, what he's saying, both Seyi Makinde and Wike are guilty of anti-party activities. When in 2023, Seyi Makinde could see clearly that his party had a candidate for the presidential election, and he opted to go and support
Another
Bola Tinubu. If that is not anti-party activity, what is it? So you are guilty. You are just as guilty as the man in Rivers State that you spend so much time in a media chat trying to rubbish. Because both of you are guilty of the same thing. Okay. You abandoned your own party standard bearer and went and supported an APC party bearer. So what has changed?
All right.
What has changed?
Okay, he gave his reason.
In 2023.
He gave his reasons.
Once you, no, I will not buy that.
You don't buy the reason.
See, a good party man. Faleke was wrong at one point.
Okay.
Why didn't he go and work against his party? Faleke was wrong in Kogi State.
Okay.
Why didn't he? He knows that he cannot face Asiwaju after doing that. So he decided to remain in his party. That's loyalty.
Okay, let's look at the PDP response.
It should not be only when things go your way. Your fidelity to your party should not only be when things go your way. Is that how to tell people to be loyal to a party? Oh, once something goes your way, then you go and support Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Then later on, if Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not do what you like, you refuse to support him. You will now find somebody else who is supporting him. Come on. What are we talking about now?
All right. Okay, I mean, what do you make of PDP's response here? I mean, and what does this mean going forward?
I'm sorry, before I quickly respond, on a jocular note, I think what the governor of Oyo State is trying to say is that my sin is lesser than your sin.
Oh, okay.
But sin is sin.
Sin is sin, true.
He's saying that I committed sin in 2023, but I'm back as a prodigal son in 2027. But
the sin that you commit in the presidential election.
Yes.
The presidential election is everything.
Yes.
Because if your party wins the presidential, it forms government at the center. You chose that critical time to work against your party. You are now posturing as a loyal party man. Come on, it's not Jide that you say that to.
So basically, I think let's not debate it. The fact is, INEC couldn't do otherwise. You cannot gaslight, you cannot hoodwink, you cannot, blackmail INEC from acting against the law. In fact, it means that they are not worthy to be there. Okay. As long as that judgment has not been set aside, as long as you've not gone to the appeal court, which they should have done, it's unfortunate that INEC hasn't done anything wrong. So I'm not surprised.
So they brought it upon themselves.
They brought it upon themselves. And it's painful to know that whether you like it or not, if you look at it critically, some of this money spent has to do with some of the money we paid. I may not want to argue that how this thing affects our pocket, but it was a sheer waste of resources. What happened, in Oyo State? Having said that, I think PDP, unfortunately, I'm not debating with BKO, but I just feel that the problem has just started.
But is reconciliation still possible?
That's what I'm saying.
Or are they chorus to that legal or political point of no return?
They should sit in the same room and solve the problem. But I think a superior argument is saying that the court will teach them a lesson. And that's where I think they are headed. And it's unfortunate that the problem has just started. Trust me, some of the things Governor Makinde has said, they are mere media frenzy. And he's going to get a response from his counterpart. Yes. But when we are dealing with solving the problem, trust me, they are far from it.
One another, but it doesn't solve the problem of the PDP. Their best bet was what Bukola Saraki suggested, not the indecent haste. The indecent haste to go and
hold
organize
a convention.
when two courts said don't do it. I mean, what is the thing? Bukola Saraki said, no, this is not the right time. Let's go for convention now.
All right, BK, we have Ade calling in from London. Ade, let's talk. Hello, Ade, are you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Good evening.
Okay, yes. I'm going to congratulate Prince Babajide, for the new position.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I've been trying, I couldn't get to, so I forgot the song now. Our Papa, oh, our Papa.
Now our Papa be this way.
Thank you, Joe. So coming to the governor of Oyo State,
yes,
he told us that at 29, he got a contract of $1 million. But the side showing picture of 2015, it looked like someone looking for a job. God will help Nigeria.
Amen.
All right, thank you very much.
Happy Merry Christmas in advance.
Thank you very much. Just like what I asked him, is reconciliation still possible?
It's still possible. Never rule out that possibility.
Okay, all right, Biko, just hold that thought. Let me come to Kena. Is reconciliation still possible?
Definitely. It just takes people to stoop and conquer. But some people stoop to conquer, to now oppress.
But is there
which is the case you're seeing in Rivers. You know, when you thought, oh, the governor has actually stooped and things are going to get, you're seeing you cooking up another, level of crisis. So for me, I believe that there will always be a headway. There will always be a headway. How that headway will come depends solely on the members of that party.
I mean, is there still any figure in the PDP that can bring these warring factions to the table to say, okay, let us sheath our swords? The Saraki-led reconciliation committee did not.
Governors are this most powerful group within any political party.
Yes.
Remember what happened in APC?
Okay.
Governors sacked the leadership of the party.
Sure.
Governors put one of their own as caretaker committee. Governors extended caretaker committee tenure. Governors removed caretaker committee. That's what happened in the APC. And they got away with it. The governors of the PDP should have found a way to resolve these issues. But they were pulling in different directions.
Okay.
Ambition, personal ambition, greed for power was the main thing driving these governors of the PDP. And they've not done well. If a party helped you to gain elective position, your loyalty to the party should be greater than what we are seeing Wike, Makinde and others. Because if you worked against your party in a presidential election, it's a big crime.
Yeah, it's unforgivable.
It's a big crime. Yeah. Whatever we say about Atiku, my belief is that good party men stick with their party, no matter the situation. There are many people who have been overlooked in the APC so many times, who have been oppressed, who have been badly treated, but many of them still stick with the party. That's how good party men behave. Not sticking with your party only when it is convenient for you. Sticking with your party only when a person that you are patronizing appears to have stopped giving you face. That's when you now stick with your party. No, that's not what we want to see.
So the reason Governor Seyi Makinde gave does not...
He was guilty of anti-party activities along with some fellow governors of the South.
G5,
Yes, he was guilty as charged in 2023. And once you were guilty back then, the tendency is that you will do it again. The tendency, because if you are now looking at purely as a matter of interest, things happened. You couldn't stop Atiku from winning.
Yes.
And let's face it, no matter, yes, there were some things that they did at the convention that was wrong. Yes, they went against the party decision for power to go to the side. That was very selfish on the part of Atiku and people backing him. But good party men, I insist,
will still stay.
And have been involved in Nigerian politics as a journalist for many years. To know that good party men, they stick with their party through thick and thin. If Makinde didn't stick with his party in 2023, he cannot now in 2025 be forming good party man, loyal party man, and be trying to diminish the other person as, oh, is the devil in the room. No, I disagree.
All right,
both of you are guilty
as charged.
You worked against your party.
Absolutely.